YouTube collective. So, I'm feeling like we're just going to get straight into it. Okay, so what is the energy surrounding the YouTube collective today? I'm feeling like you're happy, going between happy and angry. But let's get into it. It's like something picks up your mood and you feel happy, and then all of a sudden it's like one little inconvenience is just making you angry. It could be that time of the month, or it could just be that there's something changing at the moment for you, and you might not know what that is. So let's get on into what the energy is around you right now. Liar. Got that in my TikTok reading. So move on. Someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. Followed by liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. So if this is what's in your energy right now as well, it might be that you're trying to tell yourself to move on from someone that you believe to be not have good intentions. Someone very selfish. Date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. That's interesting. So, let's confirm these. Move on. Mercury retrograde. Okay, so we're in that now. Mercury retrograde is now. So you might be reviewing everything. And that is why maybe you're feeling as though you could be telling yourself that someone has moved on and that it's a waste of time trying to even think about this person. You could be having electronic issues as well and communication issues, but I think something feels very uneasy. And it might even be that you yourself are misunderstanding a situation or not seeing a situation clearly because of Mercury retrograde right now. Because not only is it that you are misunderstood, but you could be misunderstanding things as well. Liar. Be careful if someone's sneaky. Yeah, narcissist. Someone that you feel like is too full of themselves. Like I said before, someone very selfish. And it could be you really focusing on moving on with your life, not wanting to let this person back in because you feel like it's a waste of time. And it could also be that if the last time you saw this person or had anything to do with them, that's the category you put them in. So if you haven't seen any growth or any change in this person, of course you're going to feel like you want to move on, and that there's been no movement, no communication. So you might even be suspicious of, if this person comes back in, that it's still very self-serving. But let's confirm date night. Okay, that's confirmed with divorce, experiencing a breakup, but you've had many cycles with this person. Fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. So there's something about a breakup that you're going over right now. You're reviewing everything in this period. And it could even be that memories are popping into your head of this person being deceitful and acting very selfishly. And that's why you're swinging between happy and angry, because you're also remembering things that caused you damage in the past. I think this date night, get ready to be wined and dined, is something you don't know. But with cycles on the bottom, something ending for something to begin, it's either that someone new is about to come in and wine and dine you and you don't realize, or this person's coming back around. If this person was quite selfish in the past and caused a lot of damage for you, it had to end. But whatever cycles and fate, whatever karma they've been receiving, it perhaps has made them grow as a person and recognize how selfish they were. but let's get into it. Okay. Oh, I just noticed this flipped over. I'm going crazy without you. I want to see you so bad. There you go. All right, can we get some more information on this situation, please? Can we break it down? Third person. So they might have chosen someone else over you. That could have been part of the damage, the pain, but another person is involved, someone else's influence, love triangle, stranger, outside party, third wheel, rival, too many people. I'm actually even seeing too many people as too many opinions. So this could be a third party romantically, but I'm actually feeling like this is kind of tied to today's TikTok reading, because that was about having a best friend or a parent or family in general, but generally it was a best friend that you're close to that actually has actively been a detriment in this connection, and also in your own personal life, how they have kept you stuck and stagnant, enabled bad behaviors. So this could be your person. Perhaps that TikTok collective is the person that's connected to you, that has a best friend and family that has been involved in the demise of this past connection. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And third wheel rival. So again, someone that didn't like the influence you had on your person. But there's definitely been a lot of hands in the demise of this relationship. Falcon just flipped over, which is, it's like you can see, you saw this, you knew that this is what was happening. But at the end of the day, you can't change your person's perception. If they weren't ready to see that these people were a detriment in their life, they weren't ready to see it. But number 4, Stallion, break free. Maybe you had to break free from this connection. Wild versus tame, strong emotions, desire, driving force, unbridled, sexual energy, freedom, unleash the inner beast. That might even be what you've had to become in the time away from this person. You had to find your strength. And I'm seeing someone running from the connection, but not as in you ran away because you didn't love this person, but you had to break free because you were just constantly being misunderstood. It was like they were actively trying to misunderstand you all the time and treating you as if you were the manipulative one. I think you had very strong emotions for this person. I think there was love here and a lot of desire. But when I see unleash the inner beast, I'm almost seeing someone that just reached their breaking point where they were just like, I've had enough of being treated so poorly. I just need to, just this anger in you, or even a numbness, made it easier for you to like leave this connection. Twin flames. That is the one twin flame card. This isn't a twin flame deck either. This is the one twin flame card in the deck. But this is part of it. It's like 1111. Divine partner, mirror. So you mirror to them where they needed to heal. So like how you could see that these people were a detriment to the growth of your person, but they refused to see it. Even if deep down they knew that to be true, they weren't ready to do anything about it. So you were mirroring that to them, but they weren't ready to see it. And for whatever wounding you had, they were mirroring it to you. So let's use, for example, say you had a father in your home that was verbally abusive and quite scary, and this person became verbally abusive and quite scary and quick to anger. That's still a wound that wasn't healed in you. That's just an example, but whatever the damage was here, you were mirroring each other's wounds because those are things that needed to be healed in you. But it activated you on this twin flame journey, caused you to go into self-reflection. It was a catalyst. Okay, so the song TikTok picked was Those Eyes. So you might have very beautiful eyes, or just in general, this person said to you that they love the way you look at them and they just were mesmerized by you. Spoke to each other through eye contact a lot, as in it was just, you could just give them a look and they understood. It was like unspoken, but your eyes, they say your eyes are the window to the soul. So I think you are one of those people that you'd be a terrible liar, because it'd be written all over your face. People would tell you, I know you're lying because you're not very good at it. How you feel inside is very much reflected on your face too. So you're very easy to read, as far as like, you don't have a good poker face. So this person always kind of knew if you were either really happy because you're an excitable person and you show it, but also if you're upset or mad. They were very on top of picking up your emotions, but they could see in your eyes your emotions too. But I think this is a soulmate twin flame connection where you've awakened each other. And also they might be viewing your profile, because I'm getting so many notifications of that at the moment. But it's also about balancing your yin yang, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. Both twins have both those energies in them. It's just that one's more prominent in the other. So you might be the feminine and they might be the masculine, but they also need to still find their soft, nurturing, compassionate side, but find that masculine in them that can lead and protect their family. But there is something weird going on right now. It's Mercury retrograde, that's why my internet disconnected. So anyway, you might be the divine feminine. You already might be very compassionate and loving and nurturing, but you lacked boundaries. And if this person was quite harsh to you in the past, or whatever their flaws were that caused you pain and caused you damage, you needed to learn your self-worth and how to set boundaries and how to be like, that's not okay behavior and I will not accept it, and be having the strength to walk away because you know your value. And I think that's what happened when this connection ended. But obviously you then go through all these stages of grief because this is someone that you wanted to spend your life with. But in that time, you also have to find that balance, that masculine in you, the one that can provide for yourself, and that go-getter energy that you pursue what you want to do with your life and your purpose. It's been a long time since I've had that. It comes out in the twin flame deck sometimes, not often, but sometimes. But in this deck, I rarely get the twin flame card come out. This week, that's the general theme's been coming out a lot. The twin flame cards in that deck. So this is the same people that make this, the Intuit decks. But this is the Intuit Oracle 2nd edition, and that's the Intuit Oracle Twin Flame edition. All right, number 18. Prince of Air, so they could be a air sign, but this is Gemini, and this is the Lovers. So that's come under third person. So someone interfered with your love connection with this person here. And it is either a third person, a third party that was a romantic third party, or it was family and a friend that they're close to that were heavily in the energy. And I'm seeing like karmic family and friends, people that, whether they know it or not, have this need, this deep desire to keep you two apart because they're threatened by your connection. I don't think, it's not as if your person knows outright, these people are karmic and they're getting in the middle of me and my twin flame, but it's this inner knowing. But their ruling planet is Gemini, so that would be Mercury. So this person's very good at talking. So they might even be someone that's very charming, charismatic, and they're able to talk their way out of a lot of things. But talkative, adaptive, mental, versatile, responsive, witty, inquisitive, flexible, social, intellectual, superficial. So I'm seeing as well someone that's very good at talking a lot, but when it actually comes to really revealing their vulnerabilities and their real feelings, they cage up, they close up. Okay, element of air. So air signs could be very significant here, but it doesn't even have to be their sun sign. They might be an air moon, or even their Venus. They could have a Gemini Venus, for instance, if you're into reading charts and stuff. And if you know your person's chart, then you might know if they have a lot of air in their chart. But this is also a card that says likely. So I think that date night card that came out is this person is about to come forward. And again, if this is connected to the TikTok collective, they are very close to reaching out to their feminine. And they, not only in that reading they see you as their twin flame, but they also saw you on the end of their red thread. And then when I got messages from their feminine, as in you, this collective, you also saw them as your twin. So this very much could be, this is the feminine's reading and the TikTok reading was for the masculine. But this could also be, because this is to confirm stallion, this could also mean that you have a lot of air in your chart and you have the gift of the gab also. But I see you as also someone that I'm seeing someone who, even if someone says something to them, if it's not adding up, you can't let it go because you know something's off about it. So if this person was very good at talking their way out of things, you might have felt soothed in the moment when they're reassuring you, but then it's like these little spidey senses would kind of be like, that doesn't really make sense, or they're talking in circles, like what's the truth here? You knew something wasn't right, or you weren't getting the whole truth, so you wouldn't let it go. And then that would cause arguments because this person would claim you're not getting over it, but you knew that something wasn't, you didn't get the whole story is what I mean. Number 30 and the letter K could be significant, but that's come under twin flames, the lily. Number 30. So you could be born on the 30th, but established, ambition, experience, sexuality, achievement, longevity, mature, career, virtue, development, retired. And for some reason as well, when that came out under twin flame, when I saw the word virtue, you actually might as well, since this person been celibate, like you have not had any kind of love situation or even hookups since this person. You've been very, I'm seeing someone being very, mature, but very determined to not give themselves to just anyone, wanting to keep, you know that saying, your body is a temple, so it's like be careful what you put into your body and all that sort of stuff, and what you drink and physical exercise and blah blah blah. I'm seeing that kind of attitude where it's just like, I don't want anyone touching me that doesn't have pure intentions for me. That's what this lily is making me think. But yeah, 30 and the letter K, but on the bottom letter, which is communication. So I think communication's coming in soon in this situation. Maybe when Mercury retrograde's over, but I'll get a timing card at the end. Writing, so this person might write you a letter, but communication, fax, email, mail, notes, records, news, memo, making contact, info, and written documents. Number 27 and 7. So the 27th of July could be important here. It's the 22nd today. So the 27th of July, I think, might be important as well. And it's reminding me of a reading I did a couple of weeks ago where that date came out as well. So maybe that's connected. And then we've got Queen of Earth on the bottom, which is interesting too. Again, sorry to keep bringing up the TikTok reading, but in that one, the spirit animal that came out for the feminine was the deer, and that's an earth sign. And Queen of Earth is on the bottom here. So you could be a Taurus, but any earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But that's the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a spiritual leader, someone, and that's also about commitment and traditions. April 22nd to May 21st could be significant during the spring, and you might have not heard from this person in over a year. But the ruling planet is Venus, so that's all about love, beauty, how you love and how you want to receive love, or how you need to receive love. So I think this is you, the person this collective. I'm also seeing this as, especially with that lily, that whole, I'm seeing like chastity. I'm hearing the word chastity, but also celibate. You've been celibate, and I'm seeing that Hierophant as you don't want to give yourself. Again, that message, it's been popping up in all my readings and I never normally get it. So I think someone's definitely got their eye on you. I'm thinking that because the Hierophant is also about marriage and commitment, I feel like you have made a conscious decision in this time that you don't want to be with someone again in that way, unless it's a serious commitment. You don't want to taint your vessel, basically. Okay. So let's get how you view this person, this one that's too full of themselves. Twin flame on the bottom. Fire. So this person could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But also someone that just has a lot of passion. When they love someone, they're very intense, and fire signs have a devotion and a loyalty to them that's much more fiery. Hang on, let me get that. Okay, so father wounds came out. So this fire sign that's connected to you, their behavior, although they might not like it, it's something that they've actually inherited from their father. Father wounds here, healing the inner child. So they might need to do some deep healing if they we'll get into them, but they might have been doing some serious healing. Because your father is the first representation you have of what a healthy masculine should be. So if they're abusive or absent, not nice to the mother, that's the example you have growing up. And even if it's something you don't like and you know in your soul that you don't like that behavior, in situations, a lot of the times the mum would stay. That can create abandonment issues because the mother's not leaving, and that in itself can be very, not saying the abuse is okay at all, it's not, but when the mother stays even though she has options to leave, that can be signs of narcissism too. Both parents can be narcissistic, it's common. So with that being, that could be significant. I don't know where that came from, but a narcissistic mother connected to them could be significant here as well. But there's definitely father wounds. Whoever their father was, or father figures in their life, created some very toxic habits in your person, and unfortunately you wore the brunt of that. Almost like because you brought out this loving side of them, it freaked them out. And then when you were upset with them, I'm hearing mother wounds that sound in the back of their head of their mother constantly criticizing. So if you ever had issues or were upset about something, or were crying because you were anxious or whatever, instead of soothing that, it would trigger them and they would turn into their father and become very aggressive and nasty, like toxic masculinity. Where you needed compassion and nurturing, they were the opposite. And if they are a fire sign, and their father could also be a fire sign, breathe. Breath work, stillness and calm. I think you had to work very hard on that in the connection. I'm seeing someone I know it says fire sign, but I'm seeing someone, if they're passionate in love, they're also passionate in their anger. And that was coming out in the other reading as well, where they had anger management issues. And that's the father wounds. I think you had to use a lot of inner strength to calm yourself in those situations, because they weren't helping you. They weren't calming you. If anything, they were inflaming the situation and making your pain, anxiety, whatever, 10 times worse. And this is what the common theme is with twin flames. And I'm not saying abusive relationships are twin flames. It's a very slippery slope to go down, a very toxic slope. But in situations where it is a twin flame connection, you do mirror those things. So you brought out, it's not your fault, but you brought out that toxic, unhealed version of themselves that was created by father wounds when you were in your wounding, which was anxious and upset. That's how you're reflecting your wounds to one another. If you're a person that cowers and cries and gets scared and is quite nervous, that's your default in conflict. Their default is anger and aggression. And that is you reflecting to each other. But I think breath work, staying calm and trying to recenter yourself was something you worked very hard on. You had to balance yourself out in these situations because your partner was not giving you that security at that time. Courage. So you want this person to have courage. You want them to be determined in coming towards you. You want there to be persistence. I think that needs to be shown to you to prove to you that this person has changed, especially if you see them as quite selfish and sneaky. But in saying that, they could be a Leo, because the lion is the Leo. The Leo symbol in the zodiac is the lion, and that's come out under fire sign. So this person could be a Leo, and it says bravery, determination, persistence. And if they have been easily influenced by their family and friends, then they need to have courage to step out on their own and not be influenced by these people anymore. Have the courage of conviction to come towards you, being determined to fix it, determined to continue working on themselves and the connection, persisting with it. I wish I'd said this. I'm so annoyed. Remember before when I said I'm seeing mother issues as well? Just came out. Mother wounds just came out straight after father wounds. Are you kidding me? And in my head, I saw that card coming out. I was like, how funny. In my head, I was thinking, how funny will it be if mother wounds comes out to confirm father wounds? After I talked about that whole narcissistic mother thing. And it came out. It's magic. I swear it's magic. So they have father wounds and mother wounds. The mother wounds I'm seeing, so let's use it for an example that they had a abusive father, was kind of absent as well. So then the siblings had to kind of pick up the slack in the household. So not only but the mother didn't leave. So not only did the mother rely too heavily on her children and use them to help support the family, but their mother wasn't leaving their father. So it was just this constant, like, I have to protect my mum, but why isn't she leaving? Or, and then later on in life, it's like they're still looking after their mum. So anytime you triggered them with any kind of, I'm going to use an example because this is something I grew up with. When you see your mother crying and upset because your father is abusive, you're angry at the father and you hate that they're doing it and you resent them, but then you also resent your mum because the same thing keeps happening over and over again, and you beg them to leave and they don't leave. And yes, I know there's a degree of fear about raising children alone and if you're going to be able to support yourself, but a lot of the times in these situations, the mum's doing everything anyway, so it's not as if anything, she'd have more freedom without having this abusive partner around. So when I say that, it's like that's what creates father and mother wounds, because anytime you see someone upset about a bad situation they're in, even if you're the one causing it, you resent it. So I'm saying that this person connected to you, when you were upset or anxious or crying, instead of soothing you, it triggered the mother wounds of seeing their mother being abused by their father, and they didn't like what they saw in themselves, which is the father wounds. It's like their anger towards themselves, they actually took it out on you. So if their mother was abused by the father and they'd see their mum crying and they always felt like they had to step in to protect them, when you would cry because of their behaviour, they would resent you for it or feel like you're manipulating, especially if deep down they know that their mother's very manipulative. I know that's a lot. That's a lot of explanation, but I don't know how else to put it. This is the only way I know how to explain it. It's this need to protect while also resenting it at the same time. And if they're causing you the pain, they're also not protecting you from themselves. Does that make sense? They might have even said to you, like, I want to protect you, but then you were like, well, who's going to protect me from you? And that's what it was like. And they would hate themselves for that, but it just made them more mad. I hope that's making sense. It's a lot. All right, breathe. But yes, I think I'm seeing quite a narcissistic mother as well. Someone that is very good at pretending that they're strong, but also meek and need protecting, and, like, messy. Missing you. Talking to the moon, longing, reminiscing. I just heard that. Talking to the moon. Who's that? Bruno Mars? I think that's Bruno Mars. Anyway, I think this person, especially if you're quite spiritual and maybe you put your crystals out on a full moon, make moon water, all that kind of like witchy stuff, whenever there's like different moon phases, it might make them think of you too, but they might, I'm seeing someone looking at the moon and wondering if you're looking at the moon at the same time as them and that sort of thing. But heart chakra on the bottom, I think this person knows that you were very accepting of them and you had a lot of love and compassion for them. And they might have said at the time that they appreciate it, but their actions said otherwise. I don't think they truly appreciated what you gave to the connection. And that's a self-worth thing too, for you and for them. They didn't feel like they deserved that love, and then they treated you badly because of it. It's almost like they didn't feel like they deserved that love, so then they almost have no respect for you, that you want to love them. And I know that sounds weird, but then for you it's a self-worth issue and a boundary issue. however long you put up with that bad behavior and that bad treatment because you thought you deserved that treatment. So it made you want to give more and more love until you had nothing left to give. But this person goes over that. When they're missing you, they go over how much you accepted them for who they were and how much love and compassion you had for them, and they really took it for granted. I think in this situation, you both have mother and father wounds here. And that deviation I went off on might be the situation you both had, an abusive father and a narcissistic mother. And that's generational thing as well. It could be that they're just repeating what their parents did, and then you wanted to not repeat that, but then you both kind of ended up sort of repeating it, and that scared you both, I want to say. So let's see what their current energy is, and then I'll get what your current energy is. The rabbit, okay. Let me find the page. Okay, I think this is not your current energy. I actually think this is your past energy. This is what I was seeing when I talked about you cower and you cry and you withdraw as that's your conflict style. You're more like meek. The rabbit is afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. I think that's how you felt in this connection. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. So if he hadn't been so afraid and told everyone, it wouldn't have happened. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared. You could also even be scared now that this is not coming back around, or being scared and overwhelmed with how you have still have so much feeling for this person, even though you know that they treated you badly, or that you feel like they're sneaky and selfish. Most often about the future. So as well, I'm seeing someone that was terrified when they were with their person because they weren't being treated well. So they were like, my future does not look good with this person, but I love them so much. And we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, oh rabbit, they shape your destiny. When in balance, sensitive, problem solver, good listen. I think that good listener, I think that is you. When out of balance, over explains and talks fast. So if that sounds like you, to bring into balance, a day of silence. Again, when I saw this connection in my head where you were the kind of person that was overly anxious, and it's almost like you had to, it's like even though you were in the midst of, say, a panic attack, you were having to calm this person down because you were afraid of what they were going to do to you, because their rage was so frightening that it was almost like you were so anxious, but you had to be careful and talk them down because you were trying to be safe in that situation. That's sad. All right, what's their energy currently? What's their energy now? The buffalo, okay. These are both earth signs as well. This is good. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. This is their current energy. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer and bhakti. I think this person has had to work a lot on inner balance, especially if aggression was their go-to conflict style. And being grateful about things. That might have always inherently been their nature, to be very live in the moment and love life and be grateful for everything because other people have it worse. But there were clearly deep wounds that weren't being... I got my eyes on you, Drake. Hold on, we're going home. I think this person wants to come home to you, but like I was saying, I think this person had some deep wounding that they had buried for a long time. It's like they might have told you about their scars, but they weren't... It was almost like that avoidance where, yes, that stuff happened, but you just have to let it go and get on with lives. But they never had actually dealt with the pain. They'd always just masked it with a good attitude, but it's like you can't... If every time conflict comes up, the worst side of you comes out, that needs to be dealt with. It's okay to be sad. It's okay for things to not be going well. But the other side of that is when things are really good, you appreciate it. It's about balance. And I think this person's been finding that. And maybe they've been leaning into their spirituality. I'm also hearing as well, this person did actually have a lot of trust in you, but then people around them and their triggers caused them to see you as manipulative. But that was their mother wounds. It's almost like I'm seeing someone who the women around them were very good at playing the long game, like making your person think that they were in control, but these people always end up getting what they want one way or another. So it's the illusion of control. But anyway, I digress. So the buffalo, I think, is very good. For this to be their current energy, I think they've been working very hard on themselves and not just getting clarity, but looking above for signs of you. Asking for signs even. They might have even, with that looking at the moon card, missing you card, they might have their own little special signs that they ask their team for to say, should I go towards this person? If you show me this, I'll know that I'm supposed to, that kind of thing. But I think this person really does have a zest for life and they want to go on adventures and they want to enjoy their life. I think they lacked appreciation for you in the past connection. I think they know that. I think they can be their pure, authentic self with you though. But I do think they have trust issues. Okay, so I want to get two more because I want to see... I don't think you're in rabbit energy as in... I just want to see, what was it when you're in balance? Hang on. Where's the rabbit gone? Sensitive, problem solver, good listener. I think you are in balance now. I think the old version of you when you were with them was the nervous, over-explaining, anxious person that was scared of everything. But I think you've actually worked very hard on balancing that. Turtle. Buffalo. The oyster. So that's interesting. 2 earth signs and 2 water signs. The butterfly on the bottom, another earth. Oh no, that's air. Okay. Yeah, so I think you are the balanced version of the rabbit because the turtle is an ancient soul. They're grounded, trusting, at home in the self. I think you are, I think you have come into your own. You're feeling more confident in yourself and the wisdom that you have within. I think you found that confidence to trust in what you have to offer as well. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. So maybe you're a earth, water, like as in, say for instance, you're a Virgo sun or something, and then you're a water moon, like Pisces or something. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life. No matter where their travels lead them, turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers. Maybe you're a storyteller of some kind, as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell your own true tale. I'm also seeing that as in like, you're helping guide this person to close that chapter of their life where they're at right now, and the people in their life, closing that chapter, closing that book, and starting a new book with you. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt to bring into balance and adventure. So you also might be someone that loves to go on adventures, even if it's like day to day, like going out spontaneously and just finding fun things to do, or just wanting to wander around, aimlessly wander around a new area and find cute shops and just, you know what I mean? Okay, oyster. I love the oyster because I'm seeing this as well though, that this person has quite a tough exterior, but inside they've got this beautiful pearl. And it's almost like you're the only one that can crack that oyster shell open to reveal that beautiful pearl. Other people can't do that. With other people, they're very, have that tough exterior. I'm seeing someone who's kind of like, yeah, this happened, but oh well, you know, life goes on, and they act very like unfazed. But with you, they know that they can actually be open up to reveal that softness. Patient, secret keeper, and that came out before too. Oh no, that was in their reading about keeping secrets. Interesting. So that also might be a part of why you feel that they're sneaky and a liar, because they might have had a tendency to automatically lie about even stupid things that wouldn't have even upset you, because growing up, another bad habit they formed was that if I tell the truth, or if I try to express how I feel or what I want or what I need, it's not received well, so I have to lie to get what I want. So it created this knee-jerk reaction to always lie, even if it's not well, it's never necessary, but you know what I mean, or even over stupid stuff. So then that would make you doubt everything they would say, because it's like, well, if you're lying about these silly, insignificant things, then what else are you lying about? But anyway, they're hiding their inner treasure. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. I think this person has a lot of focus on you right now, and perhaps even determined to come towards you. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. So I'm also seeing you seeing so much potential in them, and you were so encouraging towards their dreams, so much so that they're like, no one's ever believed in me like you. But they didn't fully believe in themselves. And they might have even been quite tapped in spiritually, but to fit in with others, they hid those gifts. They took those gifts for granted because they so badly just wanted to fit in and have a community. They become shy or doubtful. So I think this person didn't really express these gifts around other people but you. And this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. I'm also seeing them wearing a mask too about the love that they have for you still. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, and masterful, which flows on beautifully from the buffalo. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, and clams up. And this person as well, when you were upset, they would clam up. when you wanted to get deeper with them and learn more about them and get onto like a deeper level with them, they would clam up. To bring into balance, share something. Okay. So, let's get some advice here for you. See what's coming next. Oh my God, that song's so sad. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? Every time I hear that song, it makes me so sad because it's like someone I know in the song they're saying that they shouldn't be together, but it's like, but if the world was ending, I want you to be by my side and for us to hold one another. Aww. I just want to hold you. Karmic ties, number 6. I know I need to release attachments with karmic people, family and friends that are keeping them trapped. I'm creating a plan to leave him, her. I think in their head they're planning, and again, that TikTok reading, I really feel like this is connected because in their head, it's like they know that they need to leave these people behind and travel towards their person, but they're still trying to figure out how to get out. They don't know how to get away from these people yet. Number 3, and more karmic ties. So that this is definitely a block here. My heart is with another right now. I have to finish this karmic contract in order to be free. So perhaps they're with someone right now and they know they want to be with you, but they haven't really worked out how to leave the situation yet. But their heart being with another still can be family and a friend. If they really feel like they love these people and they've misguided or not been loyal to them, they have to finish this karmic contract with these people so that they can come back towards you. Number 6 again, mirrors. This situation is being caused by both of us. Look at your own role in this situation to help us change it. So I think that's you looking at things in a negative way because you're trying to move on from this person. You want to get over them. So you're trying so hard to hold on to all the negative aspects of the relationship because you think that being negative about them is going to help you move on. But if you are really connected, if you are really twin flames, then if you're focusing on the negative, then so will they. Number 8, so the 6th of August or the 8th of June. Words have hurt me in the past. That's why I fear talking to you. I'm seeing 2 things for that. 1, the way they spoke to you when they were triggered, but also it's a reflection of how they were spoken to. And perhaps as well, some of the things you said really cut them deep. And they weren't, maybe again, they weren't ready to hear those things yet. Number 6, again, you've got 666. So 666 is about refocusing on your goals. So if this has heavily been on your mind recently, it's almost been distracting you from your path in life, or things that you had kind of built a routine on have been slacking a bit because this has been so on your mind recently. It's like you need to refocus again, get your mind back on track again. It's not because these emotions aren't allowed to come up. Don't beat yourself up about it. But when you catch yourself in those thoughts, change direction, pivot, distract yourself with something. But union. Our love will manifest through the union of heart and mind. Expanding these areas allows our love to grow. But the 6th of March or the 3rd of June. So maybe June was a heavy month of like special dates that you two shared, and that's why maybe a lot of memories with them in June have been coming up for you. Number 7, all about growth. I feel insecure and it's pushing me to grow. I think that's both of you. Let me get 2 more. Number 5, union. 2 union cards here. 5th of August or the 8th of May. But please send me energetic support. Use the frequency of love to uplift me because I need your help. And remember, I said if you're twin flames and you're focusing heavily on the negative, then you're sending that through your thread, and they're going to be picking that up, and they're going to start thinking of all the they're going to be thinking of all the negative too. Or there's shame and guilt on how they treated you. And I'm not saying this because they don't have to take accountability. They do. But what I'm saying is if they're so focused on everything they did wrong, then they're not going to want to come back because they feel like why would you ever take them back? So don't focus on the negative. But number 8, I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together again. So you've actually got 3 union cards, but August is significant here. August and June and August are significant because you've got the 6th of August and the 5th of August. And then you've got 8th of June, 3rd of June, 7th of June. So these could be memories and birthdays. But on the bottom, number 9, romantic messages. I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. You bring out that romantic side in them. All right, so what's coming next? What is coming next for this connection, please? Okay, so at the moment, I think this person's really focusing on the fact that they ran from this connection and that they were so afraid of what this connection brought out in them. I think they were afraid of that angry side of themselves. They didn't like. It's like they saw their father in themselves and they didn't like that, and so it caused them to run because they were listening to their ego, and their fear was bigger than their desire to be with you at that time. But they got hammer as well, sabotage. How they sabotage this and how they let other people's influences help sabotage this. But also, I think as well, they're going over how they want to rebuild with you. It's another card of persistence. That courage card was about having perseverance and persistence. They need to have perseverance to, rebuild. They want to work on it with you. The sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelation. Solidarity, force, honor, protection, power, how they didn't protect you. Not just from themselves, but from outside influences and the way that they let people speak negatively of you and of the connection, including themselves. I'm seeing that card that says I spoke about our connection like it was trivial. I think they want to bring you clarity, especially with that someone sneaky, with that liar card. I think that they know that was a bad behavior of theirs, a bad habit of theirs, and they want to give you truth and they want to give you clarity on the situation. That's very good. They're going from the runner to the chaser. Instead of running from this connection, now they want to chase you. They want to persist. They want to rebuild with you. They're willing to put in the work now. Hand of cards, so not showing their true feelings. Take a chance. Risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. And gambling could have been an issue here. But keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. There's something here around the things that they went to when the connection was over, but as well any kind of decisions and things that they did during the connection that made them treat you not well. I think they also know that their inability to make a decision, they were very hot and cold with you, they were strategic, and that's probably why they were sneaky and a bit of a liar. I think they want to be honest with you about perhaps a one night stand or someone that they were in like a situationship with, the terrible decisions that they made, not just leaving you and how they treated you, but the bad decisions that they made since you. I'm seeing that that self-destructive personality type. But I think they want to talk about the influences that were around them that kept them away from you, and also what kept. I think this person wants to come in with accountability and say to you that these are the bad decisions they have made, but it was influenced as well by other people's opinions, and they cared too much what other people thought, and that inability to make a decision hurt you too, because you were sure about them and you loved them and you didn't care what your family and friends thought. You still wanted to be with them, whereas they did care what people think, and that's hurtful for you when you want someone to be determined about you, to protect you, and they didn't do that. But yeah, date on the bottom again. You've got date in this deck too. This person wants to take you out on a date. They want to spoil you. They want to have a chance, to plan a date with you, to plan something special. And you did get that unexpected card, and it was like that person knocking on the door. They might want to show up. They might want to give you a gift even. But I'm just seeing someone that wants to go out and have fun again with the person that they love, and to just enjoy one another's company. There's nothing about communication here yet though, so I'm thinking those karmic ties still need to be cleared. But maybe that's why August is important, because what did you get? You got the 5th and the 6th of August. Let's get this person's intentions. This one. What is this person's intentions towards the collective, please? Push and pull. The push and pull in the relationship causes emotional instability. So I'm seeing that as what that looks like a twin flame card to me as well. That is just about, I'm seeing that more as if you were to do this again with this person, the communication styles as well need to be worked on. Instead of fighting against each other all the time, that push and pull, it's about working together as a team against the issue that's come up, not fight against each other. Release expectations. Let go of expectations and allow things to unfold naturally and unfiltered truth. Someone will speak their unfiltered truth. So this person is going to come in with truth and clarity, like that sword and the rose. They're going to come in with clarity and truth, explain their feelings to you, but I think they're saying to release expectations right now and refocus. 666 is about refocusing on your goals. So this is going to come in, but don't try not to focus on it too much. Keep doing what you're doing to make yourself happy right now. Trust in the process. Trust the process. Trust the progress of this relationship. Don't rush for answers, so allow it to unfold naturally. Friendship test. Your friendship is being tested for loyalty. I think this is them. And the letters S or M could be oh no, hang on. That's a J and a W. So maybe J or W. Maybe this person's friend, their name starts with a J or a W, or that's their initials. But either way, there's a friendship test going on here. And I think that's why you're being asked to let go of expectations, because while this is being cleared out, until that's cleared out, this person can't come through with this unfiltered truth. 2 for that. So they're holding back at the moment again because this friendship test is happening. They're not being fully open with you. But as well, when I see that book, that lock, keeping their cards close to their chest. But the real story, that's actually quite good, because for that to confirm unfiltered truth, this person's holding back right now, but someone will speak their unfiltered truth. You are going to get the real story. The true story will come to light. And protective shell, someone is keeping their true emotions hidden for self-protection. So there you go. I think this person as well is still a bit too overly concerned with their own fear of rejection, instead of being driven by the fact that they've hurt you and caused a lot of damage here, and wanting to repair it and wanting to soothe and heal your heart because of what they've done. So there's still a little bit of selfishness there, because yes, you do need to look out for yourself. But if this person knows they've caused you a lot of damage, but all they care about is that you might reject them, they're still not fully there yet to be able to give to you, because they're too worried about their pain instead of the pain they've caused you. But that's why you need to release the expectations, because this has to play out. Because they need to be protective of you too, especially if they've spoken about this connection like it's trivial, and let people not speak very nicely about you. Okay, so let's clarify moving forward. Scales of balance. So this needs to be balanced, especially if you gave to this connection so much and they took you for granted. I think there needs to be equal give and take, but as well, I think in the beginning, this person's going to need to give more than you to prove that they're determined towards you. Like, you need to see action behind the words. It's all well and good to hear all the nice words and be charming, but there needs to actually be action behind it. So I think this person needs to balance the scales here and give to you like you gave to them. Seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. And winds of fortune. I think this is going to be fortunate for you, but allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails. Remember, allow things to unfold naturally. Maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. And if you do decide you want to try this again, then adaptability will be important here too, because you will face challenges, especially in the early days. It's not going to be all smooth sailing, because there was already damage and that needs to be dealt with. So that's going to take some time. Real promise. That's good. I think this person's going to make a real promise to you. And if they broke promises in the past, that's a big deal for you. Dependability, I think, is a big deal for you. So release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of the possibility. So I think this person now is going to know too as well to offer you real promises. They need to know that they can back those promises up. Again, following up words with real actions. Clear mind, sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you were right. So I think I want to get into how this person views you actually. How does this person view this collective? Focus, distractions, reevaluate, attention. So the distractions they use to stay away from you, but I think they're very focused on you. That's another card about how I think they're very focused on you right now. Awakening. They see you as having awakened them. Spiritual enlightenment, Kundalini. Matrix. And the masculine really do struggle with, they get a lot of karmic lessons in the 3D realm, whereas the feminine has to do a lot of internal spiritual work. Real eyes, realize, real lies. That's the card, Matrix. So it's about them breaking the matrix, but as well the people that they've been letting control them this whole time. But this is how they see you. So I think they see you as quite focused in your life right now. That you have been spiritually enlightened, and that you've been focusing on that actual spiritual journey, and you're actively in that awakening. And before, I think I said something about you might be a storyteller. So if you post things and they can see it, it's almost like they're seeing that you've gone through this big spiritual awakening and you've been changing and you're actively on your path. You've broken free from the matrix. You see through the lies. You real eyes, realize, real lies. Focus. How does this person see the focus? But yes, I do think they're very focused on you right now. Time and space. So for this to be how they see you as well, I think they know that you realize that time and space was needed here, because a lot of damage was caused. And I've never noticed that before. The clock that's like in the background, all you can see is the number 8. So I think August is important here. But I also see this is written in the stars. They think that your connection is fated. Rise up. So I think they've seen you rise up. You've been a phoenix rising from the ashes, just like in the picture. Death and rebirth, strength. You've found your strength. And in the painful ending of this, you've rebirthed into something brand new. You're glowing. All right, I just started a whole new part because I know that whenever I get a phone call, it numbs. The song was numb. It mutes the rest of my video. So Numb by Giveon. It's from his new album, Beloved. I think I've talked about that on here before, how obsessed I am with Giveon. I love his music. Anyway, so the song was Numb, and I want to say this person has been feeling numb in regards to this connection, but the lyrics are actually about saying that I can't blame you. So this person, I think for a long time as well, they were just using every excuse they could and all the negative memories from this connection to blame you to stay away. But in their realizations and in the lessons they've had to learn, I'm seeing that card that says, I know I've hurt you, don't blame yourself, or something. Like, you basically, they know that they're the ones that effed up this relationship. They know that they were in the wrong, and they know that they've hurt you really badly, and that it wasn't your fault that it went down the way it did, because they just weren't in a place to give to you like they needed to. Matrix. Attachments, yeah. So the attachments that they have to the matrix is family and friends. But I think as well, they see you as being, they might even feel like you have codependent or avoidant tendencies, but anxiety was definitely an issue here. I think they saw you as quite anxious with that rabbit energy. Red thread bond, but they see you on the end of their red thread bond as well. That's the twin, that's another kind of twin flame. Wow. Twin flame on the bottom. So they see you as their twin flame too. I love you. Religion here. And Merkaba. You literally got all the spiritual connection cards. Red thread bond, Merkaba, and twin flames. So religion here too could have been part of this matrix thing. They might have even questioned your beliefs, because remember, this is how they see you. They see you as their twin flame. They see you as being on the end of their red thread. They might think as well that you had an issue with some of their beliefs, or they might have taken issue with some of your beliefs. So say, for instance, you're quite spiritual, but they were religious, and some of those things clashed. That was a detriment here that they do go over. But as well, cultural upbringing, or upbringings in general, were very different. Even if the trauma of what I used for 333, what I used as an example before about an abusive upbringing, you might both have shared that kind of similar trauma, but otherwise your upbringings were very different, possibly culturally and religiously. So you come from different worlds. So that could be something that was part of why they pulled away, because they just felt like you two could never make it work because you're just from two different worlds. But they love you. And you two are so deeply connected that it's not something that is going to go away. You're not just some random ex. You're not some karmic connection, some karmic lesson. They learnt karmic lessons through you, but you activated each other. I can't believe you got red thread bond and twin flames and Merkaba. That's too funny. I love you flipped over again. Okay. Let's see what they want to say to you. And then I'll get a timing card. Twin flames, again, heavily on the twin flames. Karmic partner interference. So again, that came out in the other deck too. So karmic connections are a big deal here that need to be cleared. I think they have a friend or best friend and family members, parents, a mother, siblings, whatever. There is definitely some karmic interference here that they need to clear, but also protect you from. And they need to have courage of conviction. I think they will have courage, but they want to say to you, they actually want to tell you that they believe you're their twin flame. So they must know about twin flames and red thread bond and all that stuff, which is good. It means they're quite aware and awake. Truth is, I'm in love with you. So kind of like that other deck, twin flames and I love you. But there's definitely karmic interference here. I'm sorry I put my career before you. I'm trying to get out of debt, so they might have made some stupid mistakes financially too. I'm willing to put in the time and effort now, courage of conviction, perseverance, determination, effort now, because I don't want to lose you. So that's under karmic interference too. So even their career could have been part of the karmic interference here. Perhaps they even worked for their family or worked for a friend. So their finances were tied up with these people too, which makes it hard. I'm learning how to love myself thanks to you. And that's what twin flames do. For that to confirm twin flames, that encompasses exactly that what I was talking about with how you mirror each other. Not only do they get activated by the triggers, the wounding that you have in each other, but also the self-love. As you grow, they grow. I'm ready to come clean. I can't lose you again. To confirm truth is, and I'm in love with you. They want to come clean. They want to come in with clarity and truth. I'm on a spiritual journey. You have awakened me. They want to drop the mask. They want to take a gamble and risk it all and come towards you. I didn't think you would walk away. So that's kind of like what I said in the beginning about how you ended up reaching a point where you had to numb, or you found some inner strength to have the self-respect to walk away when they ended things, because you didn't want to be in pain anymore. So you chose to walk away. Even if they're the ones that ended it, they didn't think that you would actually leave, properly leave, but you did. And they were too prideful to take their decision back. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. We have unfinished business. Sounds so ominous and threatening, but it's not. You are so smart. You have me figured out. I miss making love to you. I'll do anything just to hold you again. Oh, I miss your voice, your laugh, your humor, your touch. I'm in my feelings today. I'm not happy in my current situation. I'm miserable without you. I didn't think my family was going to accept you. So there you go. Family interference. And it was easier to lie than to tell you the truth. I wish I could take it all back. Sneaky. I tried to replace you, but it didn't work out because I'm madly in love with you and I was fighting it. I know this is divine. So we'll just leave it at that. I just felt like kept getting more and more. Okay, let's get a timing card because I want to see if August comes out. Can we get a timing card for this person coming back around, please? Stop obsessing first. Again, 666, refocus when you let go. So when you stop obsessing and you let go of the need to know when this is coming, that's when it'll happen. Festive season. So Christmas time, October. So October's important here. August, magic. Okay, so I think communication, some form of communication might come around August, and then by October, maybe August and October, important months for you two, you'll actually be back together physically, and then maybe by festive season, this will really fully be back together. So August, October, and festive season are significant times for this to come back around. So that's really nice.